What do you make of DeSantis? You know, the ongoing debate with the hardcore Trump base. Is it his turn? Could you get behind him? Could you get behind him over Donald Trump? Right? That's the thing. If Trump doesn't run, that's one thing. But Trump's running, and he does not want DeSantis to have it. And of course, we're all debating whether DeSantis has a way forward with Donald Trump in the room.
Ron DeSantis will be president someday, in 10 years and 15 years. I don't think he should run now. I don't want him to run now. I don't think he's ready to be president. He's a career politician. People overlook that. He's been at this for a very long time. His entire life was designed for one day achieving the ultimate success in politics, from his educational background to the steps he made after, the steps, quite frankly, even joining the military in the way he did, being a JAG lawyer, which is all very honorable. But he's a career politician.
By the way, that reminds me of Chief Justice John Roberts. He was born to be Chief Justice of the United States. He has the perfect resume for the job, and yet he's been a big disappointment to most Republicans who don't like the way he votes.
He is, again, right. He was one of those guys who designed his life in a certain way. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm not enamored with Ron DeSantis. Also, I believe that he's a little bit immature, and he has been given too much credit for his showdowns with the media. It reminds me a little bit of Chris Christie circa 2010 and 11. He was great at shutting down, News 12 Trenton, and everybody delighted. I don't think DeSantis has not really gone up against the heavyweights. He can run circles around News 8 Tampa. And let's face it, he's imitating Trump. And that's fine. He is a worthy subject to emulate. But I believe his messaging, his policies, and to a large extent his style is all based around Trump. One other thing, he's got a long way to go as far as mastering the Trump Act. He takes it too far. Trump does not threaten people with violence. You remember Ron DeSantis threatened to throw that little elf into the Potomac River. I mean, it was too much. It was just, and the commercials that
didn't Trump tell the spectators at one of his events to beat the hell out of somebody, he'd cover them,
you just gotta beat the hell out of them. Too bad we can't do that. You're right. I viewed that, and quite frankly, at the time, and that was in 15, I was whoa, but it's a long time ago. He's honed his act a little bit. DeSantis is going right for the jugular. It's too much. And one other thing about the governor, and by the way, on policy, and he has a great team, and COVID, I'm impressed. And one day he can be president. But watch his debate performance against Andrew Gillum from 2018. He is not a very good debater. He was almost beaten by a very flawed candidate. So,
very flawed.
And the mainstream media has no more use for DeSantis than they do Trump. So no. I'm not jumping on that train.
Yeah, I mean, I know that a lot of Republicans are like, but Trump's in a class of one. He'd never be as controversial, DeSantis, as Trump. I don't believe that, honestly. You and I both lived through, they made Mitt Romney into Harvey Weinstein because he had a slip of the tongue in a debate where he said binders full of women instead of binders full of women's resumes. The context made the comment 100% clear. They refused to acknowledge it. They really tried to make him into this raging misogynist. If they can do that to Mitt Romney, they can do whatever they want to Ron DeSantis, and Republicans are kidding themselves if they think they're not going to. Well, and they'll do it to whomever. They'll do it to Glenn Youngkin and his little fleece sweater vest.
Can you believe it? I mean, he's been governor for 1 year, and that stunt they pulled with the white supremacists, the so-called white supremacists. And oh, by the way, I believe that was the Lincoln Project. A lot of Republicans and former Republicans facilitating this kind of stunt. Everybody's upset about the chaos and the factionalism within the Republican Party that we saw last week. Number one, I don't agree. I actually enjoyed the discussion. I thought it was fine. They started Tuesday. They figured it out by Friday. That's totally fine. But look at the pressure that the Republican Party has been under for the past 7 years. I mean, and beyond. But from Democrats, of course, from the mainstream media, and within the party. what Steve Schmidt and some of these others, and I know he's officially no longer a Republican, but what they have done to other Republicans, this scorched earth, they have bragged about sabotaging the White House. And I never would have said it 4 years ago, but the deep state and what they've been up to. So it's okay. And actually, I don't like the cliche that democracy is messy. I heard it a million times. I thought it was silly last week, but it's kind of supposed to be messy. It's kind of supposed to be a little bit divided. And I like what happened last week. 212 Democrats voting in the same direction. That's a party discipline that other countries are good at. We're not supposed to be good like that.
You know, I talked about this quite a bit last week. I'm sure you did as well. And kind of had a similar take. Like, I fail to feel like I need the vapors because they're holding up the vote and they're trying to bargain with the power that they had, those 20 plus conservatives, because they had it because of the electorate. The reason they were in a position to get McCarthy to bend on certain things is because of the electorate. The electorate empowered them by not showering new, more moderate Republicans all over the House of Representatives. We have divided government between GOP and Dem, but we also have divided government within the GOP and to some extent within the Democratic Party, though they're more disciplined in their voting. And it wound up what? So that these holdouts are going to get a bigger say on budget bills before we just pass them, and actually reading what's in. Like, I think people like the New York Times absolutely loved what happened last week. Is your business still using spreadsheets and emails to manage important sales commission? Is your support and operations staff stretched thin? Not good. Are your salespeople constantly trying to piece together the puzzle for what they're getting paid for and what is potentially missing from their comp? Well, this is where Clear Comp comes in. Clear Comp is a one-stop shop for your business to manage sales commission documentation like commission plan info, product info, and facts. It's basically a sales operations and sales enablement dream platform. Clear Comp works seamlessly and securely with your existing software applications for your billing, CRM, HR, you get the picture. Your sales team will perform their best with real-time results and earnings using Clear Comp's interactive dashboards. And your operations team will be able to make commission plan adjustments with just a few clicks. Super easy. So please, get this done already, right? It's time. Modernize your sales organization. Improve your business today by visiting clearcomp.com. That's CLEARCOMP.com. Book a demo and tell them I sent you. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.